What is up, everyone? Sorry, I had to redo my stream. Was not aware that I was on the Be Right Back page the whole time, so I apologize. This is SeanieBoi93. I am going to run you through the bunker again real quick because my last one, my audio was really high for my game and not so high for my voice. So I'm going to do you a quick run through real quick, so that way I can show you guys exactly how I do stuff. And I know there's not a lot of content creators for the DayZ mods and all that kind of stuff, so I am going to give you a rundown on that. Give me a second to get everything up and running, and we'll be good to go. Starting up the launcher now. I wanted to restart it because it was being a little laggy, so I do have a lot of stuff going on, though. I got Discord open. I should probably honestly close that. And then let me go over here and close my Discord because it actually pulls a freaking bunch of power. So today I'm going to be showing you guys real quick my bunker, above ground bunker, that I am prepping for the 1.19 update for my server, JudgementDayZ, on Xbox. We're doing a couple above ground bunkers, and then I may try to see if I can incorporate my old underground bunkers into the new style a little bit, so that way I don't have to fight as much, but we will get to that. So right now I'm going to show you guys the bunker run through with better audio and better sound, and then that way we can just focus on this, get in, get out, and everyone sees the bunker. I'll do the internal view, give you guys a run through real quick, hopefully it's not too bad, and then I will show you guys the external view, and then I will also be recording tomorrow, and I will also be recording Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I will be showing you guys how I am prepping my server for 1.19. Not a lot of people are showing that right now, or if they do, they're being very vague, and I'm not a big fan of vague people. I mean, it's easy to explain something right the first way than have to keep re-explaining yourself. So we're going to get to that once my editor decides it wants to actually load. So I have new chat options. So if you go to my sound alerts in my chat, you can actually sit there and send me some sound alerts. There's a Yeet one. There's a Pirates of the Caribbean from when we're on an adventure, because I'm always on an adventure in this. And there's also a, what's the other one? Trying to think. Pirates of the Caribbean, it's the Yeet, and it is, oh, here we go. Oh, wait, no, unbanned sound alerts. I didn't mean to do that. Anyway, if you go to sound alerts right there, there's 3 of them that I have. Oh, why do I keep doing that? So you'll be able to send me a few sounds as we're going. So I'm trying to get everything set up. I am going to be posting this to YouTube as well, so that way I can try to help out some more people. If anybody needs a video made in explanation of stuff on how to code, just let me know. I can put one together. It's not that hard to give you guys a little bit of an explanation, a little bit better of an explanation than some other content providers are giving out there. So we should be about ready to open up editor, and here we go. So I have my editor set up for only the Chinoris one. There's no point in having everything else. I either have this stuff or we don't, so it's not too big of a deal. We're going to load in here, and I'm going to show you guys everything that I have done with my bunker. But you guys can also talk to me in chat, too, whenever we actually get a couple people in here. Yo, yo, yo. I also have 2 mods for my stream, and then Sam JPay is also one of my mods. Let's see. Alright, so we are in editor. Let's give it a second to do its DayZ things that it always does. Oh, much better, much better. Alrighty, so let's go to bunker 1. This is the experimental DayZ experimental editor. It's a tad bit different than the regular editor. Still kind of runs off the same, but not as much love and attention I feel is put into this one as the other ones. So it's kind of just take it with a grain of salt type editor, but it's good for the most part. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. It's just, you know, I feel like it's got a little bit more tweaks in it than the other one does. Alrighty, so let's not ruin how I have this view set up. So oh, I'm going the wrong way. Okay, so let's go to the train wreck first. Alright, everybody. Let my game render in a little bit. So again, like my last video said, I staged a train wreck. I tried to make it look like it jackknifed and how the pieces would actually be laying if they did jackknife. So that piece, you know, obviously twisted and flipped up. This one is leaned up against that, and it's leaned up against that just barely to make it look like it's twisted. This one is lifted up, this one's twisted. You know, I tried to give it some visual effect. This is just the train tracks leading up to my style of the underground bunker. Now, I do have a lot of streaming stuff going on, so there might be like times where it's dragging itself a little bit, but it should fix itself. So we have another barricade right here, and theoretically that's what I figured derailed the train. You know, the train driver freaked out or whatever, and you know, hit that, or someone blew it off the tracks. I don't know, use your imagination. So this is the beginning of my bunker. I use castle pieces because castle pieces are so widely used that, you know, they're accepted pretty much everywhere, and they're one of the easiest things to cover up stuff with. So I used the castle pieces and kind of formed my idea of, you know, maybe this was an old castle at one time and the government took it over and threw a bunker inside, you know. So I put up these panels to make it look like they tried to board it off. There's some wood here, piles of zombies, and we got these panels right here, and one's moved out of the way. So then we go in here, and again, it just kind of looks like everything's kind of just thrown around. You know, I kind of tried to do the aesthetic looks to it, you know, and of course you're looking on the ground the whole time, so when you come back out or you turn around, you're going to see that, you know, and I wanted to give it kind of like an apocalyptic feel to it. So I don't have my punch card on me. Let me go back and get my little punch card left on the ground. So let's do this. Pick up my punch card. Now, punch cards, you will be able to, the best way to see how many times that it's going to actually work on a door, because I think it's 8. I think punch cards work 8 times. I'm going to be spawning them in because a good friend of mine, Dave, who also codes and has servers, he came up with the suggestion of putting it in there with dulled lifetime, which theoretically you only get 1 or 2 uses out of it. So if I spawn it in very damaged and you go and use it, it's going to be ruined. And I think that's how I'm going to have to do it. So we have the punch card, and this is, I believe, a 5-minute timer or something like that that just stays open. And I'm pretty sure you will hear this across the map. Let's see. Whoa, come on. Oh, okay, I don't know. And see, that's the thing that's kind of tricky, is trying to figure out what actually is going to, you know, be good for the sounds and stuff. Until we actually get it on console and on the actual editor, it's going to be a guessing game. So let's go back over to where my bunker's at, which I have this one at the very top, and I'll show you why here in a second after we run through it. I believe I am up here. I'm in one of these. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, it's like I think it's right here. Oh, there you go. Maybe it was just too late on the actual opening. So let's get in here real quick before the door closes. I don't want you all seeing too much. So, oh, that was the door finished and opening. All right, so yeah, I'm not too sure about the sound on that yet. We really won't know until it hits console. Anyway, so we have the door. We open it up. We still have our punch card in our hand, which, you know, if you have an above ground bunker, you may be able to do multiple layers of doors if you want, you know, eight freaking doors to make sure everyone uses that one punch card or something. So, this one is my bottom layer bunker. This one is the section that I envisioned as being caved in. Right here we have a collapsed staircase that you really can't even get to even if the grass wasn't there. And the reason I have it like this is because I figured aesthetics would be a good idea. Now, if you just say, hey, look, there's a big opening, I'm not even going to check what that door is, you're literally just going to walk in and out of the bunker. Because the way I have mine set up is you got to go, since it's above ground, you got to go up. So we have these little pieces that they give us, and this is a 3-piece section. So you have to pretty much stack these pieces together in order to get, you know, you have a start one, a middle piece, and an end piece for your stairs, just to get you up or down a level. So then we open it up, and we get to the bunker right here. Alright, so some of these doors won't be accessible and some of them will be. This one is the collapsed one still, and this opens you up to I still got to put bunker doors on this, but this one opens you up to an ammo room that will be on the loot cycle, and your guess is as good as mine on what's going to be in there. I'm guessing, you know, the normal loot stuff for ammo and stuff like that, guns. And then this is a barracks, more or less, like a kind of chill room that they added. And then I don't have room on that side to add stuff through these doors, but I figured having a double-sided instead of just having a one-sided thing and filling it with debris would look a lot cooler. So then that's that little section of the bunker. And then, you know, trying to grab your attention slowly, not trying to give you everything all at once. And then we have all these little tunnel pieces that we have to put in. Excuse me. Make sure you line them up right too, because these I didn't line these up right, and I got to switch them around because I guess it matters which way they go, because you have tubes and wires on one side, and I didn't notice that until later. But it's not too big of a deal. I mean, I will fix that, but it's not too big of a deal. It's not a game breaker for me. And my suggestion is to go off these double pieces or the main entrance piece, because these are set for one direction, and if I would have turned these couple right here in the correct directions, everything would have been lined up through that hallway. So it's not that big of a deal. And then this opens up to my second section of the bunker. That will have debris coming through it as well. This is an open bunker that they give you to kind of like adjust or do whatever you want to, I'm assuming. This is one of those doorways that do not work. These are the bunker doors I was telling you about. I have to put on the ones downstairs. And this is, I guess, their version of the jail, which actually, I'm pretty sure they give us these as building pieces too, these little pieces. And that would be cool, because that's a nice little jail cell to have around. Excuse me. This is a workshop tile that they give us, or a workshop piece that they give us. And obviously, it's self-explanatory, probably what will spawn in there. Let's see, we're not done yet. We also have, we have a residency down there too. I will show you that later in a different section as well, so I don't have to backtrack. Alright, so we have another little tiny ammo section. There's not much to it, a little pallet jack on the ground. I don't have room over here to add a bunker, so I closed the bunker doors on that one. And then, so if you keep heading down here, this is now getting to the prize room of my bunker. This is how I have my bunker set up to be more of a reward area. And look, there's another one that's flipped the wrong way. Oh boy, we'll have to fix that. And that one as well. Actually, that one's right. Oh well, we'll fix all that. And so I have the water treatment plant that they added in this. Now, when you add the water treatment plant in, you're going to have only a half a thing of water. I'll show you that real quick. It's kind of redundant. But, so you have a half a thing of water, except for mine doesn't, because my editor closed before I could delete that piece. So let's delete that now. This was the water I put in to make that vat look full. This is how the thing spawns in. So when you spawn in this water facility, you'll have these valves that are supposed to lower and raise the water. Well, the water spawns in half of it. Now they give you the water tile to use, but it doesn't actually work for their how they do their stuff. So sorry, I had to look at something real quick. So it doesn't actually work like to go down. Here, I'll show you. So you have one, this is a 2-person job. So my prize room is going to be through these tunnels at the bottom after you lower this, and this water will raise itself when you get to the other side and start looting. You got about 3-4 minute window, and it will start going back up. So all the tubes and tunnels to get to the prize area, my vision, you have to have another person on this side, because they'll start raising and you won't be able to get back across. So let's hop down here, since my guy can't get hurt in editor, and you will see it's actually draining, which is pretty cool. And I just put this wall up here until they decide they want to fix that in editor, so it is what it is. We'll make it work. So you want to crouch through these and just start heading in. And you can set this up however you want. This whole section, this whole water processing plant is one piece. So it's kind of nice. You don't have to fit these tubes together. You don't have to do a bunch of extra work. And then you can just have your water facility place. So we're going to head up on here. Excuse me. Alright, let me stop crouching. Alright, so in this we have a industrial lot and 2 residentials I put in here. So there's 3 different sections right here in this to where you can loot from. This is the residential. This will be your bedroom, or a bedroom. This will be a bathroom, and they're both set up the same, both residential lots, but it gives you 4 different rooms to loot from just in there. And then in the industrial lot, or the workshop area, I should say, it has workshops. So I'm assuming that you'll have your building supplies or whatever we can muster up to spawn inside these. And it's just, racks, tables, cork boards, all that fun stuff. And I think there's one over here as well. Yeah, see, this is just a radar room, or more or less. So I didn't want to just leave it in these residential pieces, but I didn't really have the room, or I did, but I didn't want to make the JSON so big that that's the only JSON I can spawn in my whole server. So I wanted it to be friendly. Instead of making a bunch of tunnels and tubes and making the corridor to get my loot room, I hid this little beauty in here. This is one I haven't used in any of the bunker yet. So this is another room, and I put the bunker doors on it. It's hidden. It looks good, it's aesthetically nice, and it's pretty sweet. And I'm going to fill this with some good loot. Now, the reason I'm doing that is because the water is a 2-person job. The way I have this bunker set up is it's just hanging off the map, just a little bit. And it's only the water processing plant and that part that is hanging off the map. So if you can't successfully get in and out of there, either by yourself before the next restart, or have your buddy and you guys both get out of there, before the next restart, or, if you pass out over here or anything like that that makes you go unconscious or black screen, you will die. This is off the map now. Everything still spawns on my side, but it gives it more of a risk factor. So you have to get in and out of this side ASAP, and make sure you're not close to a reset, because if you get geared up and then, you head over to the other side, you're screwed. Oh, I got to get all the way down this. So I just cut my hands, no big deal. There's a tunnel there, and it really doesn't go to anything. It's just another dead end. I'm going to get back here before my guy gets that infection disease for walking and all this BS. Now the water will start raising. It will do it pretty fast. We can stand here and look at it real quick. There it goes. And you see that, if I would have stayed and actually been looting and making sure I had inventory space and all the other stuff, this would eventually cover me up, and I wouldn't be able to get it on the other side. Even with half of the water working, the other half, it's not that big of a deal, because that's not the half we need. That side is just it's just a blocked off grate right here, So this is the side we're worried about. And as you can see, the water will start falling out of those tubes, and it will fill up all this. And it gets faster and faster and faster the fuller it gets. So eventually you'll just see it just start flying up. So let's get out of here, and I will take you guys back around to the exit of my bunker, and I will show you the outside of how I was able to cover it up. I'm going to hurry this up because I do have an event here in a little bit on my server. Alright, so there's also these little rooms over here. Let me stand up because my guy's still crouched. These are also add-ons. These are not part of the one piece section. Like this piece is all one piece. These are just little tiny add-ons for this section, and they go on either side of this. And they're just little rooms that you can open up, and they've got some storage in them. Same rooms. So let's go back to the beginning, so I can show you guys how to get out of my bunker. So we had the punch card, which we still have in our hand. That punch card is going to get you in the bunker. And depending on how the server owner sets it up, like I'm going to set it up to where it's already pre-damaged, so that way when you actually use it, you know it's going to be just gone, and you won't be able to use it again. Well, there's also a lever you can use, and that lever is going to get you out of the bunker, and that door closes way faster. By the time we get to the next door, we open the lever door. By the time we get to the next door 3 feet away, the other door's already shut behind us. So once you're out of the bunker, you're out of the bunker. And, you know, I made it the best I could to make sure you could not phase into the bunker from the outside, and I will show you that here in a minute as well. Since these pieces are supposed to be underground, I'll explain it to you a little bit while we're running. Since these pieces right here are supposed to be underground, the only piece you cannot walk into the outside and get into the inside from is the entrance piece. All these other pieces, the only solid structures are the insides, because obviously you're not supposed to see the outside in the editor, so they really haven't worried about that too much. And I'll show you, because you literally, if you leave the bunkers exposed on the outside, people will be able to sit there and watch whoever's in there, or there's certain spots where you can actually get into the bunker through that phasing spot. So I'll show you that here in a second. And this is the exit that I told you. If you just ran in and out, you'd just literally be missing everything. So, and here's some more pieces flipped backwards. I don't know. I have no explanation for it. I'm sorry. So, I got most of it right, though. But this is how I did my exit. So I took the exit stair piece, and I put it here. And then I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stone pieces and put them around this to make it kind of look like it was like in a mountainside, or more or less. So we're going to open this bad boy up, and this is going to take us into the exit. This is how you get out. Now this side is not out of the map area, so you can, you know, you won't be affected if you have to log, you know, as soon as you log out of this area. You know, you're good. You're right on the edge of it, but you're not there yet. So this is our panel, and you can see the little wire going to it, and above the door and all that stuff. This is our door to get out. So this is just a switch. It doesn't use a punch card. Boom. And you want to walk out immediately because it closes that fast. And then boom. Look at that. And you're locked out. You will not be able to get back into it until you get another punch card and walk away, walk to the beginning and start over again. So I have mine shooting you out. I got this nice little exit right here, kind of reminds you like a kind of a Skyrim picture, huh? But no, so we have this little exit, and I encased everything very good to make sure that it is what it is. So now I'm going to go into the fly mode. Oh, well, hold on. I can show you some of it right here. So that is off the map. As you can see, this is the whole wire processing plant. And this is off the map. So let's fly up. Let's go back over here. So this is off the map. If you look, my regular bunker, all the big bunker pieces and everything, besides the water processing plant, which is that whole square right there, that is all inside the map, and so is my exit. So if you want to just stay in the regular bunker and not do the two-person job, that's cool, no problem. You don't have to go in here, but if you want to, you can. So is what I did is I have a million of these mud plots, and they're not garden plots. These are static objects, rubble dirt pile large, and I use these for my old bunkers. Maybe not as many, but these items are very frame rate friendly. They're just literally a pile of dirt, so it shouldn't hurt you too bad. And the reason I picked this spot is because if you look, if you really wanted to, you could literally make bunkers in every single dip that they give you right here. There's a dip, a dip, a dip, and they're pretty much cut out on the edge of the map to be able to you can still do everything you need to. It's just if the person logs or goes unconscious outside the map, they're done for. Other than that, you can still do everything you need to do, and it'll still work perfectly fine. Doors still work, all that. But they give you this natural valleys and all this other stuff around the map now, and I'm taking advantage of it. So that's how I'm going to be doing my bunkers. My bunkers are going to be edge map bunkers, and the most prized possessions are going to be on the outside of the map. If just so happens that they change that to where that can't work anymore, I will be able to fix it. It won't be that too big of a deal. But yeah, I wanted to give you guys a rundown of my bunker. There's about 1,800 pieces here to make this bunker, and this is my big bunker. This is my one and done stop shop bunker. You know, this is it. So this is that exterior piece I was telling you about. Now, I'm about to show you real quick. You cannot walk into this wall and see anything on the inside there. Now, it don't matter where you're at on this whole entire piece, as long as you're on the outside and the inside, you won't be able to phase into it. Now, if you go into the bunker itself, all these pieces right here, excuse me, all these pieces are meant to be underground. So DayZ didn't really focus too much on the exterior being solid because, in their eyes, it was underground. They don't really care about content creators having to go through this because it's, you know, they already figured out what they needed to for their shit. So they really don't need to figure out too much to do with the outside of the bunkers. More or less is what I'm trying to tell you, is if you don't encase your above ground bunkers, this is my above ground bunker, and I have it encased with dirt piles and walls all the way around. And the reason I have it is because of this. If you walk into the outside of these, you can literally almost walk into it, and depending on where you're at, there's spots you can definitely get into this interior right here. And it's kind of a joke, honestly, but there's not much we could do about it except for build an exterior cap on everything and make sure that doesn't happen. Well, I guess these stair pieces you can't phase into, but all these other ones you can. And you can literally walk the whole entire inside of this. And, you know, if you try hard enough, you can glitch into that, no problem. So I had to make it pretty much, you know, glitch-proof and everything else. So we have what we have. And it don't, I got some pieces blocking it off. But, yeah, see, like, look, someone will walk right over top. You can be like, hey, man, what's up? You know, and the dude's screwed. So that's why I would do that. If you're building an exterior bunker, go with the right pieces. Build something that you can encap. Don't matter if you can't see the top from the bottom, you know, because they're only a one-way piece. Just make sure that all the pieces that they can phase into are gone, because if a person does jump on the top of it and gets up here, and let's find a piece that's kind of flatter on the ground. Let's go over here. So if you go over here and you drop your character right here, you're falling right through there. Right through there. So, why is it not doing it? Hold on. Technical errors. There we go. See, watch. There's literally spots where you're going to end up phasing through this ground. I mean, you're halfway into the ground already, and boom. You know, so, I mean, you just got to be careful with this. Definitely encase it. Why not? You know, they don't give us really the right pieces to do it, but use your imagination, get the pieces working right. Your bunker piece this is your main bunker piece. Everything after that is up to you. As long as you can get this to cooperate with you, you don't even need that switch anywhere in the vicinity, or you do need it in the vicinity, I'm sorry. So like, but is what I was trying to say. Let's say you had none of this here, and you had like a different setup, and you had a guard shack over here with a lever, you know, Fallout 4 style, and that would work. As long as it's close to the door, it will open the door. So you can have it in a, you could have the damn lever all the way, or the punch card all the way up here, and I'm pretty sure it will work. You know what I mean? Just, it doesn't have to be against the door right here. It does not have to be against the door. So that's pretty much it. I wanted to show you guys how I set up my bunker. I will be making a more in-depth videos of how I did this, and this really did not take me too long at all. If you know how to use Editor, it gets easier and easier the more you use it. I have probably about 8 hours into this, and for a JSON this size and all the stuff I have done to it cosmetically, it's pretty dang good. 8 hours for a JSON, so I'll take it. But I'm going to get off here, guys. I have an event I need to get set up the rest of the way. You all have a great one. I will talk to you guys later.